That's just consumption. His father pondered for a moment, is that so? Then he gave the young monk a look, signaling him to go to the back room to fetch some incense. After all, these days, there's not much difference between a Taoist temple and an outside supermarket. The main focus is welcoming guests. So they kept an eye out. Smiling, he said to the middle-aged man, "Mr. Wang, do you mind if I start a live stream? After all, you know we are the gods of Xingjing Temple, with many online fans who want to see the abilities of our 6 gods." He inwardly sneered. As long as I start the live stream in front of so many online fans, even if this man refuses to pay later or causes trouble, it doesn't matter. I'll just consider it paying for a clown to make a fool of himself in front of the many fans. But soon the young monk realized that he himself was the clown. As soon as the middle-aged man heard about the live stream, his eyes lit up immediately, not only showing no objection, but actually seeming delighted. That's wonderful. Just yesterday in the live stream, I was saying these gods aren't impressive, that the things you encounter are just coincidences. A bunch of people argued with me, scolding me left and right. I wasn't having it, so I drove over 300 miles overnight, just to expose the lie. Upon hearing this, Zhao Hao was dumbstruck. Good lord, he's from the live stream. Resolve their online argument. So he actually came in person? This guy is more vicious than a madman. You're a real wolf. Even more shockingly, the middle-aged man took out his phone and kept urging him to start the live stream. Make me an admin for a bit. Let's see who dares mock me this time. Oh right, my ID is negative, she said. The oil tycoon boss. What account? His eyes bulged around. He only saw blackness before him because he was too familiar with this ID. For this ID was his #1 ranker just last night. Damn it, brother. That was a level 68 whale. Almost at the level cap. Countless female streamers, thanks to him, could buy houses and cars. He was a true big shot. Zhao Hao's face immediately took on a coquettish expression. Please wait a moment, sir. I'll get right on it. He was seen nimbly fetching a box from the back room, then hurrying without stopping to the temple entrance. He directly started the live stream, since last night's incident was still trending. At this time, the stream room's viewer count instantly shot up to 100,000. The streamer couldn't help feeling nervous. He stammered as he waved his hand. Gee, good afternoon, everyone. Your streamer has finished the paperwork and returned to the temple. Everything went smoothly. Today a visitor came to make a vow at my temple. Said he wanted to make a wish, but you all should brace yourselves. This visitor said. The streamer stammered, not knowing how to introduce his #1 whale. He could only turn the camera to the visitor. To his surprise, the whale was unabashed. He rubbed his bald pate and let out a brash laugh. Hey guys, what did you call me? Facing the many confused viewers, the whale smiled and said, last night, many were dog barking before me. I won't stand for it today. I've come down to this real streamer's place in person to see if it's really true. And fair warning, don't you dare refuse me. Just spam 666 seconds for me. Got His arrogant attitude was over the top, immediately drawing guffaws from viewers. Who the hell do you think you are? I'm an og on the internet, bro. But to their surprise, Not even a minute passed before the viewers changed their tune. It was because the whale had logged into his account. Spam instantly flooded the chat. Plus he gave away 100 top-spec Huawei phones. Father, I kneel before you. One look and you're a jade tree in the wind. One look and you're a jade tree in the wind. More handsome than Washubo. From today onwards, you're my one true man. The streamer scanned the comments, picking out the most common one to ask. They're all saying, since you're so rich, why are you still coming to make a vow? Is something bothering you? The whale let out a sigh. Truth is, I've always wanted to ask someone if my life has been prearranged. I was born rich, my family's business is Not plain a single sailing. hiccup. When I grew up and wanted to fail, I followed others into construction materials, bought some abandoned housing projects. Thought I'd finally go bust. He had bought some abandoned housing projects, thinking this would finally lead to his downfall. But those abandoned projects lingered on, leaving him in doubt, filling the streamer's head and those of many viewers with question marks. What's going on here, buddy? Your experience seems vaguely familiar. Could it be that you're the legendary tycoon in the making? Zhao Hao asked cautiously. Did those abandoned projects become school district
netting
housing?
you a profit of 10 billion when you sold them?
Nothing like that. The man's expression suddenly turned odd. Although they didn't become school district housing, they were designated as a special zone instead. Since I'm in the construction materials business, you know, it was like a gift from the heavens. An absolute windfall. Money came pouring in faster than I could handle. Suitors were driving me crazy with their advances. The viewers were stunned into silence for a full 10 seconds. The comment stream was blank. To protect his fans' mental well-being, Zhao Hao hurriedly changed the subject. What wish would you like granted? Why not keep it simple? Like finding a secluded fishing spot? But he was immediately rebuffed by the man. What's the point of fishing? I've already been reeled in by those female streamers. I'd rather cuddle up with my wife in my own bed. The man pondered for a moment, then said, to be honest, I don't have many hobbies. I just wish I could get some media attention. Let more people get to know me. A rich man's life is truly dreary. I'm just looking for some excitement. Faced with such an outlandish request, the streamer could only give an awkward reply. I'm afraid only a deity could grant such a wish, and I don't think even an incense stick's worth would be enough. The man replied confidently, well, up on the temple steps was a money tree. Its leaves made of pure gold. But we agreed beforehand. This is a deity statue. Burning incense may not necessarily bring any reward. No matter, I believe in the divine, said the man. Consider it a good deed. Hearing this, the streamer didn't dissuade him further. He took out 3 incense sticks and solemnly placed them in the man's hands. Watching this unfold in the temple hall, I couldn't help but inwardly laugh. So money can have children, can it? I thought. An endless supply. More than you could ever spend? Ha! Well then, allow me to teach a lesson. Tycoon. Detecting you have received 3,000 Dharma points worth of incense offerings. The petitioner has made the following request. To receive attention and publicity. To make a big splash. To be known by more people. You have the following 3 choices. Option 1, crap luck. For finding a lost phone, you are extorted 8,000 yuans. You are dumbstruck, earning the nickname Speechless Bro from netizens. 300 Dharma points. Option 2. You give a ride to a passenger. The result was a misunderstanding, thinking it was 200 miles to Faced with the other party's false accusation and attempted
After
fraud.
6
hours of entanglement, he paid 30 yuans in compensation, laughing at the scene, earning him the nickname Laughing Brother from netizens. Option 1 with 1,000 popularity points on the highway. Due to heavy fog, a car accident suddenly appeared ahead. Within a minute, he was hit by 5 consecutive vehicles, thereby achieving legendary status, earning him the nickname Old Driver of Keeling Mountain from netizens. Option 2 with 10,000 popularity points. The first two were just jokes, so he asked for fewer popularity points. But the last one was quite risky. I found that the number 1 guy still had a lot of good deeds. He had done many good things in his daily life. Not really a bad person. Arranging for him to have a near-death experience seemed unjustified. I pondered for a moment, deciding not to choose any of the 3 options, but to personally design a way for him to get pregnant. Haha, almost at the same time as the corners of my mouth turned up. 300 miles away, a woman with a good figure woke up from the chaotic bed, her body aching unbearably. She covered her face with her hands, silently shedding tears. After a while, she seemed to have made a decision, then took out her phone and dialed the police number. Hello, I want to report a case. My husband torments me every day. Every night he forces me to play rounds and rounds. I can't take it anymore. Can you arrest him? You mean to say, against your will, your husband frequently initiates sessions? The uncle opposite said solemnly. So in that case, he's committing a crime? Do we need to go to your location now? I can send a female colleague to help you collect evidence. Are you injured at the moment? If you're seriously injured, we can immediately summon your husband and detain him for a while. Suddenly, the woman panicked, frantically waving her hands on the other end of the phone. No, 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 I don't want you to actually arrest him. I just want you to advise him. Because he hesitated for so long before speaking. The uncle on the other end was completely confused. What exactly do you want to do? You're crying so miserably. Yet you report a case but don't want an arrest? The other party could only listen as the woman dithered for a while, before finally explaining the situation. It's like this. It's like my husband, well, he often exercises and takes all sorts of supplements every single day. He wants to. I can't keep up, you know. So I want you to help advise him. It'd be best if you could detain him for a day or 2, so I can rest a bit too. The uncle was instantly speechless. To avoid bursting out laughing, he recalled every sad event of his life. So, in other words, you called the police because your marital life is too frequent? And you can't keep up? So you're asking for my help? Yes, yes. The woman saw that the other party finally understood. She almost wanted to kowtow to the phone. Uncle took a deep breath. Suppressing the feeling of helplessness in his heart, he felt that his spirit had been polluted. That kind of spiritual exhaustion was almost more tiring than fighting with wanted criminals for 3 days and 3 nights. What was that? I suggest you discuss this thoroughly with your husband. If you feel you can't convince him, you can consider asking for help from media reporters. I'll leave you a contact. They will definitely be very interested. At this time in the Taoist temple, Big Brother Bang was completely unaware of the seriousness of the problem. He was still boasting to Zhao Hao and the viewers in the live stream. Everyone was very curious about what the life of a billionaire was like. After all, they rarely had any contact with it. This time they finally caught a live one. They all wanted to learn more. Whether it was as down to earth as the legend said. Washing feet in the morning. Washing feet at noon. Then washing feet again in the evening, leaving tasks to the secretary. And if there's nothing, arranging for employees to go on business trips. Big Brother Bang said with pride. I was born with money, a rich second generation, but I'm the son of a farmer, a good person, to be more precise. Although everyone knew he was bragging, the viewers in the livestream were still happy to play along and engaged in friendly banter with Big Brother. I have a friend. He's a director in the capital, named Zhao Dehan. He also calls himself the son of a farmer. I don't know if you know him. You're the son of a farmer. I'm the son of a farmer too. Isn't it only fair that I get half of your family's assets as a fellow brother? He was about to respond to the teasing comments when suddenly several people surrounded him. The Big Brother smiled and laughed, planning to respond to the teasing comments. But he didn't expect to see several people suddenly surround him, looking like reporters. They thrust their microphones at him directly. Mr. Wang, your wife just reported you to the police. What do you think about this matter? What matter? The peasant's son had made a blunder again, leaving his account and the netizens dumbfounded. But the most confused was the top streamer brother. After all, he had called his uncle to report the case. But after a brief brainstorming session, his wife recalled various heinous crimes she had committed throughout her life, and hesitantly said, my wife reported me to the police. Could it be because the 200,000 yuan's monthly allowance I give her is not enough for her to spend? This is the biggest crime he could think of with his utmost effort. As soon as he said that, he instantly dumbfounded everyone present. A 200,000 yuan's monthly allowance? Big Brother, are you lacking a wife? What, you already have a wife? No worries, I'm a guy. You can call me husband too. The crowd felt like they had just eaten a mouthful of dog food. And the female reporter took a deep breath. She directly and aggressively interrogated the man named Mr. Wang. You don't seem as simple like as your usual self. Your wife has told us everything. You're a pervert. You always want to play doubles with your wife. Morning, noon, and night. Morning and afternoon. Even at night. In the living room, in the bedroom. Even in the bathroom and kitchen, you do it. Look at the state you've reduced your wife to. Yet you still have the heart to fool around here. Are you even a man? Upon these words, the surrounding air instantly froze. The streamer's eyes widened, while the originally lively black fans waiting to mock the number one player fell into silence. But soon, the white fans reacted first, spamming 666 across the screen. The number one player must be at least 30 to 40 years old, yet has such great stamina. Park you sick, am in awe. 666. Normally, I'd be disgusted by my wife. But the man is truly a legendary stud. Ha ha ha, the husband is too intense. The wife can't take it and calls the cops. This world is too absurd. Playing games all day long. The life of the rich is indeed unadorned. But many clever netizens instantly associated this bizarre event with the 6 deities. This temple is too miraculous, right? I remember the number one player just made a wish. Not even an hour ago. And it's been realized already? Everyone paused, suddenly realizing the wish the number one player made was to become famous. To be recognized by more people. In an unforgettable way. Now with this reporter's interview broadcast, plus the tens of thousands of streamers hyping it up, the number one player's wish is fulfilled. Even more
so,
he may directly become this year's internet legend. The #1 player is clever. He must have thought of this too. The corner of his mouth twitched unconsciously. But he quickly regained his composure, befitting a man of the world. He actually answered the reporter's question with utmost calmness. First, let me apologize to my wife. I didn't consider her feelings, so I'll reduce the frequency of our intimacy from 3 times a day to twice a day. The female reporter said angrily, "You think that solves the problem? Twice a day is still exploitation. You must reduce it further to once a day or every 2 days, I'm afraid." The man said with some difficulty, "I'm worried if it lasts too long each time. My wife won't be able to take it. She always begs for mercy, crying miserably." The reporter was dumbstruck. The usually sharp-tongued woman had made countless people embarrass themselves on camera before, but never had she been the one disgraced like this. She was about to say more, but saw the #1 player adjust his collar solemnly and say. Then he said solemnly that I have a small request. "Can you not censor me when you broadcast?" he asked. Bam! The reporter was stunned on the spot. His vision went black. He nearly collapsed. "You're invincible, bro. To have such thick skin. You deserve to be rich. You deserve to be a billionaire." Facing the smug tone of the #1 streamer, the netizens were utterly defeated. The female reporter felt her professional career was being challenged. Originally, she thought like usual. She just needed to provoke the interviewee's emotions. Let the bro make a fool of himself on camera. Then guide with words a little. And it would definitely be a new hot news program. The effect would be amazing. But this time, seeing the #1 streamer's smug expression, the female reporter felt her eyelids twitching. She felt she had fallen into a trap, becoming a tool for the other to show off. As if the gods had sent her. He scanned the crowd and immediately noticed the streamer holding a phone. His eyes lit up. A colleague, he looked at the streamer's appearance. As a professional in the news media industry, he said he had never seen the other before, meaning the other was not popular at all. Likely just a tiny streamer from the 18th tier. The female reporter's sense of superiority soared instantly. She couldn't help the corners of her mouth curling up. She passed the mic to Zhao Hao. "Hello, I'm a reporter from satellite TV station. Are you currently live streaming?" "Yeah," Zhao Hao scratched his head. He couldn't quite figure out what the other was up to. "Wow," the female reporter let out an exaggerated exclamation. "It seems you're a very accomplished big streamer. Your fans must number in the hundreds of thousands, right?" He mocked inwardly. "What level are you on? How dare you livestream like me?" But what the female reporter never expected was. The streamer said in a humble tone, "Well, sort of. My fans are just over 3 million now. And the number keeps rising. Hopefully I'll hit 10 million tomorrow, after the events of last night and today. My fan count has been skyrocketing like a rocket. It's been increasing by tens of thousands. Maybe it's rising so fast that I'm not that sensitive to the number. I feel like over 3 million is nothing much." "What, you have over 3 million fans?" The female reporter's eyes went wide, her face full of disbelief. Her gaze was filled with oops. She was stumped. The mocking smile she meant to give froze on her face. The script she had prepared in her mind was useless. She changed her mind. For a big streamer with so many fans like you, there must be a lot of people in your live stream, right? The reporter smiled wryly. Seeing the other didn't answer immediately, she snidely said, "No way, no way. A big streamer with 3 million fans doesn't even have 5,000 viewers online?" The reporter was in the media industry. She knew very well that some bloggers seem to have millions of fans. But when live streaming may not even have 2,000 viewers, they're all fake fans. How can he compare? He has talent and knows how to create live streaming effects. He has 7 or 8,000 people online every day, much stronger than any blogger with millions of fans. Not giving the streamer a chance to respond, she directly leaned over and looked at his stream backend. At a glance, she saw the nearly 200,000 live viewers. She was dumbstruck on the spot. The female reporter instantly realized she had kicked an iron plate. She awkwardly stood in place. As for Zhao Hao, befitting a bright-eyed college student, he was completely unaware of the female reporter's snide remarks just now. He was just marveling at how nice this reporter lady was to interview him. Such an ordinary college student. Zhao Hao smiled foolishly. No, no. There aren't that many people. I'm not that great. The bros in the livestream just come to watch my amazing goddess. He was telling the truth. The goddess' popularity in this world was extremely high, surpassing all celebrities. Not to mention I'm just one of her 6 deities, seemingly also possessing some special abilities. The streamer's humble words made the female reporter's eyes light up suddenly. Ah, I see. So he's just riding on the goddess' popularity. Thus, the female reporter's mouth curled into a smile. She said with feigned disdain, "What? Your temple's deity is alive?" "Yes, sort of. Very spiritual," the bright-eyed streamer replied. The naive streamer was soon met with society's ruthless beating. His earnestness instead invited the reporter's ridicule. "Spiritual, haha, I don't believe it," facing the reporter's sarcasm. Although the streamer was the legendary kind, whose intelligence and physique were not at their peak, it didn't mean he was a fool. Especially when faced with the reporter's disdainful, contemptuous gaze. Zhao Hao's face darkened instantly. The viewers in the livestream were instantly outraged too. What a BH! She's just belittling and looking down on others. First she looked down on him for being a small streamer, with not many fans. Then she got slapped in the face. Now she still wants to try again. The reporter sensed the streamer's displeasure and dropped the pretense. She said bluntly, "You say your deity is powerful? Sorry, I don't believe it. I suspect you're making a fuss. Do you dare accept my challenge?"